I'm going to be demonstrating several ways that you can get alkaline ionized water with loaded with molecular hydrogen, which is being researched presently, and a lot of different researchers are showing that it's a powerful antioxidant that helps literally every organ in the body. So this is really important, and you should read the link below this video. But just for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be demonstrating different ways that you can get molecular hydrogen, and it's not expensive. All right, the first way is I've put one of these tablets in each of these two containers, and it's fizzling away now, and I'm just waiting till it stops fizzing, and then I'll be testing that. The next way is right over here. I'm going to put just plain tap water into this filter. Now this, you can see the picture behind it, or can you? I'm not sure. All right, so that picture right there is basically composed. The filtering device in the picture is this bin and the filter screwed into it. So for the purposes of this test, I'm just going to stick some water in there and let it filter, and I'm going to then test that once it's done filtering. Okay, the next device that produces molecular hydrogen is in the middle right here. This is called the Smart 7P water ionizer, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn some water onto it. And I'll grab a sample of that, and then I'm going to test that. So basically I'll start with just testing this. It's ready to test, and the first thing I'm going to do is put a probe in there that will show what's called the oxidation reduction potential. Now that's just a fancy way of saying antioxidants. That is quite a high number, and this machine produces that regularly. All right, now I'm just for the sake of another test, I'm just going to show you what the pH value of that water is. Should be about 9.5. Yeah, so it's about 9.5. Okay, so now I'm going to use this reagent, and it's called the H2 blue hydrogen test reagent. All right, now let me just rinse this out, make sure it's good. Okay, so I'm going to put some of this sample in here up to the line. Okay, and then I'm going to put drops now of this reagent, and each drop is, or each is 1/10 of a part per million. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 drops is a part per million. Now that is the research that I was talking about that is showing H2 or molecular hydrogen levels having a positive impact on every organ in the body. The amount of hydrogen in the water that the researchers used was somewhere between 0.5 and 1.5 parts per million. So that's 1. So let's do 2. I just want to see how far this will go. 3, 4, 5. So, and that's basically what we're seeing here. And what we're seeing here is about as powerful as it can get. Literally. I mean, let me see if I can go one more drop. I don't think a machine has been shown to go higher than the 1.5, but I could be wrong. All right, anyway, it didn't go higher, but I'll leave that there in case there are still a few antioxidants left to neutralize. This is basically an oxidizing agent, and in the water are antioxidants. So when you put the oxidizing agent in the water, it will be neutralized by antioxidants until it's saturated, and that's how this particular thing works. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to show you is I've got this filtered. Why don't I go ahead and show you that? Okay, now this is called the Alkaline Plus pH Pitcher, and hold on, I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. It didn't neutralize anymore, so it's 1.5 was the amount on that, which is just honestly just fantastic. All right, so now I'm going to test this water here. This is just been filtered with the pitcher. First, looking at the antioxidants, and that is quite a good number there for the antioxidants, or the ORP. So let's take a look now at the pH of this water. Okay. Oops. So it looks like a 9.7 pH, similar to the other one. And now we're going to test the drops to see the medical grade of actual molecular hydrogen, and put it up to the line. Oops, wait a minute, let me just rinse this further. Make sure it's completely rinsed. Oops, did too much. Okay, that's up to the line. Now I'm just going to add some drops. Okay, it looks like it's neutralizing it, but let me double check. It's kind of probably 0.5, I'll call it. Or not 0.5, 0.05, because it really didn't quite, one drop, which would be 0.1, didn't quite neutralize the whole thing. So it's a little bit less than a drop. So as far as the antioxidants, it's high in antioxidants. I mean, we can see that with the ORP meter, but for the actual molecular hydrogen, which is the purpose of this particular test, it was good. I mean, it had a little effect on that drop, but it was nothing like the other one. All right. So now these are pretty much done, and I'm going to show you. This one was using tap water. I'll take a sample first of this one. This is the messiest way to do it, but you could probably just use a regular cup or whatever and just do it that way, I suppose. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, the reason why I did this in a mason jar was I just wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt that it was as good as could be. So that's quite high for the antioxidants, just with the one little pill. Now, you wouldn't just swallow that pill, believe me. It would definitely not do that. And then let me look at the pH on it. Okay. So, you know, honestly, it really just isn't, you know, I mean, it's not as high of a pH as the other one. All right, so now I'm going to do the molecular hydrogen test on it. I'm just going to rinse this vial just with some of this sample first, just to rinse out the other solution. And now I'll fill it to the line. Okay. Alrighty. Now, put some drops in. One. Two. Three. Four. 5, 6, 7. This is actually pretty incredible because all you did was put one little pill in a cup. 8. I'm just going to swish it for a sec. I'm still neutralizing it. 9. It's getting close. All right, so it was about 8.5, I think. All right, so 0.85, which is quite incredible, seeing that it was simply a pill added to the water. One note though about it is that out of all of the waters, this and the other one we're about to test all taste like water. Actually, they taste like good water, good clean water. This one tastes kind of like you added the pill to it, and it has a weird, kind of a weird taste, almost like you added baking soda to the water. Only, of course, it's not baking soda. It's got magnesium instead of calcium, or instead of sodium. But I mean, it's, you know, I suppose you could get used to it or put flavoring in it. But I would have a hard time with that because of the taste. All right, I'm going to do this other one with the reverse osmosis water, just to see, does it even do anything? Because usually reverse osmosis water is harder to ionize, but it's pretty much harder to ionize in an ionizer, like an electric one. But with the pill added, it did do it. So you can see the ORP is, you know, pretty similar to the other one. And then let me see what the pH on it is. Because usually RO water is, it looks, you know, about 8. It actually raised the pH, and it raised the ORP. Let me see about the taste. Yeah, it's definitely got this weird kind of magnesium taste to it. So I'd have a hard time with it. The other thing that I wanted to kind of direct your attention to is this device back here. Now I'm going to take a sample from that, and that's called the alkaline ionizer purifier energizer. And let me just, ooh. All right. So now, amongst all of my containers here, I will stick this in the forefront. And I'm just going to wash this out. Okay, so the picture that I demonstrated first and this device are the most similar to each other because they're non-electric filtering type of ionizers. I'm going to show you the ORP first, which is quite high. So it's basically a filter. It's a quite a good filter, as a matter of fact. It'll filter almost everything out of the water. It's just pretty amazing. But you can read more about that in the article. But it's got a almost 9 pH, and let's take a look at the testing the a sample of it. I'm going to just rinse this container with the actual sample itself to make sure it's cleaned out of the other liquid. Oops, went too far. Okay. All right, so let's see how many drops we can get of this. Okay, so 1 drop neutralized, which makes this one actually better than the picture. Looks like 2 drops neutralized. All right, we'll keep on going. Okay, 3 drops neutralized. Let's see if it did 4. No. So it is like a 0.03, which is actually quite good, and especially for a filtering only device, which does not use electricity to pump the hydrogen into the water. Okay, so what we've got here is a lot of different products that I've tested. You will probably be surprised when you read the article at which one of these devices will actually give you water for the least amount of money per gallon of water. You have to read the article to find out. Okay, thank you.